accept that one.
Yeah. Friday Community Builder Meetup. You know me. Everybody here knows me. Dr. Diaz or Hey You. And we're here to talk about being community builders. And we are in social VR, but also sometimes community building. What is healthiest for us as community builders is to build outside of social VR in other kinds of communities. So, whatever community building means for you today, that is what you are, welcome to share on. And yeah, we usually start out with norms, which is just a way to kind of build the space, the group that we're in, and help us all take ownership of this time, learn how to listen to each other. So those are all norms in themselves, but you've, I think, all been through this before of like just naming something that helps you build healthy community. And bonus if you name a Bridgemakers norm that is listed in our group or something you've noticed that we do that helps you feel like you're with us and you can ride the ride all the way through. So who would like to start with a group norm? Gubsy.
Set your status to orange during
Yeah.
the sessions.
Yep.
Sorry, I've kind of forgotten. It's been a while and just kind of came in short notice, so I forgot a little bit.
You named a group norm.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
good.
curious about the apology. You got it.
No, I'm
So
sorry. I'm sorry.
you're good. You're good.
Spot on.
Yeah, that was the first one most people name. So it's like you were just here yesterday. Yeah. So please set your status to orange. And yeah, who else would like to check in with Norm? We can go to Scott's Gut or to actually to Carl.
Okay.
You got intercepted, Scott's Gut. We're gonna go in a circle.
Carl.
All right,
Oh, we're
Carl.
doing the circle. I
Yeah,
jumped spots. That tree was
good.
tickling my back.
That's it.
We did be on orange, right?
Yep. Hey, Cadmium, welcome.
Okay, well, I will say hello and goodbye. Greet our new folks to the circle. Maybe give a little wave when you show up, but also, on the back end of it, if you drop out unexpectedly or something comes up, let us know what's going on so folks aren't just wondering why you cease to exist all of a sudden.
Yep. Say hello, say goodbye, and let's take care of each other. So part of taking care of each other is learning that, the path probably to get here, unless somebody decides to wander everywhere and we didn't go grab them, is they're going to come up that loop. So when you come in, if you want to find a spot near the rest of us, I don't think anybody here bites as far as I know, but just kind of making space so people don't feel like they're intruding in that particular area. So scooch on in. And
apologies.
There's open spaces next to me.
Avatars.
Carl is changing avatars. Yeah.
Tail was too crazy on the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Here we go. Thank you. And let's see, Scott, your turn. What's a group norm? So Cadmium, we're just talking about how we participate in groups together, what helps us take ownership together of the space that we're all participating. So Scott's turn.
Sure. Yeah, my go-to is the sobriety norm to participate, without the extra substances that make conversations sometimes a little too colorful.
Yeah. We're practicing being on purpose together as humans and being present. And so refraining from substance use is part of that norm for bridge makers. That it helps us make sure that we are in the moment and with the group where the group is at. And that can be still really hard when we have multiple people and different technologies and everything else. So we want to be as present as possible. Yeah. Sash, what's a norm for you?
I think for me, a norm would be do your best to participate equally. Some people here are new, like me, and perhaps one or two others. Some people have been here for longer, but at the end of the day, we're all sitting in this circle together. And I think that shouldn't stop us from wanting to speak our minds if the situation suggests it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. I like that one for the idea of reading the room is kind of feeling like sometimes I think about it like everybody here is a different tone on a chord of music, like da 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 da. And I'm listening for all the tones. And if one tone keeps playing, then it's hard for the other tones to resonate. I'm always listening for has everybody chimed in? And are we making space for each other? Are we listening to each other? Yeah, thank you, Sash. All right, Fro.
Well, on a related note to making space for everyone, we want to foster a community that does not rely on too many in-jokes or effects that are something that might make other people alienated. We want to be a community that welcomes new people in and not make them feel like they are coming in halfway through a conversation as like a metaphor for the community.
Yeah.
We want to embrace and not make people feel like they are missing out on some context or lore to your community. We want people to feel like they can come by and join us as is at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really well put. I've been thinking about that one more lately. And one of the parts I've realized is like cultures create lore constantly. There's always going to be lore. Like the lore for today for me will be that the clown horse thing is like moving one person at a time. So when I look away, it's going to be next to me soon. And it's a little bit like a nightmare, but also kind of funny. So, that's my lore for today. Yeah. Or the flashlight clicking, right? But we were in another world, Cadman, that had full world audio whenever somebody turned on a flashlight, and it was so disruptive that we like decided to move
We're
world.
so confused about the clicking.
People running around.
Yeah, yeah. We were glad for the troubleshooting, but it was still like a no stay. So lore happens. We have humor, we find moments, but how we keep track of would everybody understand what we're saying and how do we keep explaining this together so that we're not leaving people feeling left out. That's what really matters.
I think too with that, it just struck me how that's kind of, we've had like, I think 2 or 3 times now people have proposed doing like a wiki for the ancients, and it's like no, we don't need that. Like it's you don't need to kind of dwell in like make things more of a like mythology than they are. Like the fun is kind of just in the doing and not kind of idolizing
It's a
I don't know,
great
it kind of
stance to
creates that
take.
like celebrity, and certain people become like enshrined that we're part of certain things, and it's like we don't need that.
The dinosaurs wanted no record of their time. Their culture was good enough as it was. All right, Theo, one norm.
Emojis.
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 So
Emojis are
emojis.
very
You
important.
said, oh geez.
Oh geez, oh man, oh geez.
OGs, yes, and the OGs. Respect for the OGs.
The OGs.
So,
Well,
emojis are about reflective listening. So, you can use emojis to help us know you're listening and with us, and you can use any emojis that are safe for work and not harmful to any population. But, it's a way to just like participate and let us know you're present, even if you're not speaking or chiming in. Yeah. Lots of emojis. Wow.
Oh,
Ooh, psychedelic.
bees.
Bees.
Oh, I like that they
Interesting.
come down.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. And so we got Dubsy already. Cadmium, do you have something that helps you feel like you're welcome or participating in a group, or something you like to do
Mhm.
in group situations to kind of contribute?
There is okay. I don't know how to put a name to this, but
Hmm.
joining into like a group, like when everyone's waiting, you join in, and the entire group is like dogpiled around one person, and they're all chit-chatting, and you go, "Hey," and no one says "Hey" back,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
kind of just
Oh,
left in the corner.
that's the
Having
worst.
having at least like a leader to be
Yeah.
out there to greet someone is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Really well put.
This entire topic is like I'm like dying to want to talk about it because this is actually one of my biggest pain
Yeah.
points this week.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe you can start with pain points after this. We have a few more norms for bridge makers to go over before we jump into the next part, which is pain points. Like, what is one pain point? You can already start thinking about it that is just making you ache about trying to build bridges, trying to be in a community, and it's just glitching for you. And this is not going to be about fixing or changing what's going on for you, but it is about witnessing and reflecting back. And so it can feel a little strange, but we'll walk you through when we get there. The other norms, and just for those who haven't heard this before, norms fit at the very base of community culture. So most of the time when we join groups, we think about rules, and rules are like the barriers where it's like, if you don't respect this, you're out of the group, right? And so a lot of groups just kind of do the rules part because they just want to know, like, what's the black and white thing that tells you where we end and where the rest of social VR begins. But rules don't create culture, they create black and white kind of behaviors. So then underneath rules is guidelines, and those are the softer versions of how we kind of shape our society, so to speak, and what we're doing. Um, and so, and then we've been talking about norms, which is like the baby guidelines. They're the things that change sometimes week to week, but they're the things that happen whether we talk about them or not. And when we don't talk about norms, we start to split and become conflicting just because we're all speaking different languages and we have different context happening. So norms is creating, by talking about it, it creates permission for us to say the invisible things we're noticing, to say the things that happen in groups that we don't ever think about, but Bridge Makers is the place we think about those things. How do we fall off those cliffs and we don't even realize that people are falling off cliffs because nobody talks about it? We're bridge makers. And so there's some other norms with bridge makers that we haven't named, and anybody who's heard them before is welcome to chime in here, just one at a time. What are the norms we missed that are important to mention today? No pressure. You can find our list of norms in
Theo's
our
got
group
one over there.
description. Yeah, Theo.
RSVPs for events to keep going. It
Yeah.
helps bridge makers grow and allow to keep connections to the spaces to know the members are still connected with the workers and you, Dr. Diaz.
Yeah, thank you, Theo. I know RSVPs is a little phobic in our culture. People really struggle with those at times. It feels like you're signing your life away, but they're not that serious. And they're just a way to communicate that you share value in this and you're planning to attend. Um, and so, yeah, that really lessens the weight of the administrators and lets us plan accordingly and help our facilitators when they're hosting events. Yeah. Dubsy.
Confidentiality, respect confidentiality.
Yeah, and that one's an interesting one. Is that written in our norms? I don't know.
Oh,
Because
I saw it in the group
is it? Okay.
description.
Yeah, we keep
Yeah.
meaning to
Hmm.
edit those. Confidentiality is tricky. When that one was written, it had to do with, the culture of respect. And as one of our core
Yeah.
leaders had said it before, you know, something about uh, only taking what we learn from here, not what people share, right? Like, how are we growing and not taking their stories? However, part of that norm is also recognizing that since that was written, so we really need to update that, is Bridgemakers has transferred to pretty much recording everything and live streaming. And this is partly for our own learning and our development, but it's also partly for protection of everybody here. In that, like, we are going into murky waters sometimes. We talk about hard things. And what can happen when we talk about hard things is we can remember it very differently after it happened. And it can kind of create drama and pain and spin. And so, since we have transferred to live recordings and streaming, we've had way less controversy about everything. Because if you have a concern, you can always just go back and look at the recording and review what happened. And so, it lessens a lot of that fear and anxiety later on. The recordings are never including name tags. Name tags are always off. If you do decide to take any photos, which you're welcome to, please also make sure your photos are off, or name tags are off. We are all masked beings in here, so this is a middle ground we find in risk reduction, but also transparency. This is not about showing a perfect community that has done it all right and is showing all the other communities this is how you grow. This is about showing the mosh pit of iterative cycles where we're like, let's try it this way. And then, oh, that did not work. Now let's try it this way. So we're showing a very transparent lens on what it looks like to grow community here. Yeah. So being respectful of each other, but also knowing that everything we share here is out in the world. And figuring out how to be okay with that. That is what I have to do every day. But you'll be surprised at what we can share, and it's not necessarily, don't name names of people in your life. Like, there's ways to filter things so that we're talking about our core aches without like giving too much away. Yeah. Any other norms that weren't named but are important?
Pronouns?
That one comes up more and more lately. Yeah. So if you introduce yourself, like when it's your turn to speak, you can say, I go by these pronouns. That's a way to recognize we want to respect each other's pronouns, even if they're not written on the profiles. It's a way to stay conscious with each other. So I am hey you, and I go by she, they. My pronouns are. So the other one is kindness. Does anybody want to talk about what kindness means to them?
Dang, I was gonna say that one, and I wasn't confident. It was in the.
It was in the
it
names.
was in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
official list.
Yeah, kindness is in the list. We don't
It's like a
leave that
gift
one
that keeps
behind.
on giving.
That's a nice way to put it. Kindness is a gift that keeps. It is a movement of generosity, right? Kindness is treating each other not as objects, but as human beings that are worthy of our respect and our care and a deep listening to each other. It also can mean that sometimes we say hard things. Kindness is not niceness, they're not the same thing. But doing that with presence and with listening and not throwing a dramatic bomb and running away, like kindness is staying through hard moments and really growing those muscles to be with each other, seeing what that's like in this third reality of sorts, third space. I think that's it for today. If you didn't hear, making sure you're on orange or above. But otherwise, yeah, if you do have somebody wanting to join and they're persistent, just meeting them at the entrance and letting them know what you learned about what we're doing today. you can also welcome friends, just making sure they understand they're coming into a circle. This is a sharing circle. Okay, well, let's go into pain points. I ask everybody to do two things with pain points. Is one, try to limit it to about a minute of sharing. I'm not going to cut you off like a Jeopardy buzzer, but I'm going to ask you to like be succinct. Pain points can become a longer story pretty easily. Just what is the ache? And then what we're going to do is practice reflective listening back. So basically, the story I'm learning to tell that seems to be working for everyone to catch on to this is I went to the store, I stubbed my toe, and I fell off a cliff. And if you were going to reflect that back to me, you would say, okay, so you went to the store, you stubbed your toe, and you fell off a cliff. And you have reflected my story back to me. Done. But what a lot of people do is they go, oh my God, you fell off a cliff? And they say, I fell off some steps the other day. And I imagine that really hurt when you fell off that cliff. And guess how I stopped falling off things? You know, I grabbed railings. And so that's not reflective listening. That's responsive, that's connective, but it's not just offering a mirror back. There's very few places in life that we really get to practice reflective listening and not fixing each other and not trying to bond through that with some type of, I know how your problem can be less. So, this is a time where we get to check ourselves for that instinct that's in us everywhere else to say, I get you. And that's not reflective listening. We don't get each other, even if we think we do. It's a hard thing to face, but we don't. We don't know enough about each other most of the time to really get very much. We can feel towards each other, but that's not the challenge of this time. This time is just about saying something hurts in my life and having somebody say something hurts in your life. And I hear what that is. Was that a hand, Theo?
Yeah, I was just because I try to do it with my mother to say I hear you, to try to not like do that with her at times to try to fix her problems. And just out of curiosity, if hearing someone is enough sometimes too.
So you're asking about when I say the words I hear you in reflective listening, is that reflective listening?
Well, yeah, is that enough for reflective listening, or can that be the way to model somebody's stories to
Yeah.
reflect and listen?
So saying I hear you can be very calming, but it can also be kind of patronizing sometimes. So
Yeah.
so actually saying what I hear you saying is a way to meet you and not bring it back to me. When I say I hear you, I'm telling you about my senses. I'm telling you about my body instead of just saying, here's what happened. Did I get that? So that's the exercise of this. And it might sound complicated, but ultimately, what's complicated about it is it's really simple. And we are all complicated beings. And so we make it complicated. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. Who would like to share their pain
Here,
point?
I can't raise my hand, but I can grab my snoot and stretch
Your
it out.
nose is in there. Okay. Yes. Nose up.
Raise your nose.
What's up, Carl?
Incredible.
I think mine, honestly, I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I think as probably, the person that's done this the most, other than Hea, I guess. I struggle in general, though, not just today, but with kind of finding that pain point, like facing the painful things in general, and not just kind of ignoring, not engaging with it. So, like, in a way, I guess that is the pain point for me, is just that, it's like a blind spot where I'm not, you know, if it rubs me the wrong way, I just turn away. and leave it at that unless it becomes like an actual problem. Then we'll deal with it. But
so
yeah, my pain point is facing pain points.
Yeah. And can you say a little bit more about that? Like what do you think you're losing by not facing your pain points?
I think there's and I mean, I kind of preach this to people that I'm working with or like giving advice to, or my kids even, where it's like you want to make sure you're removing any potential hurdles in your path and kind of being, looking for the problems and solving them early. Whereas there's a good amount of stuff in my life that, is kind of just out of view behind me that I'm not engaging with, that, we'll worry about when it becomes a problem. So, and that definitely goes even along with the communities, like the rush of bots and how crazy that's getting, and the my kind of lack of a footing within bridge makers and a plan of action, all of that kind of stuff is just kind of like, well, we'll worry about it when we got to.
And so is there one that you can pick and actually feel for a moment, or do you want to pick both of those as your?
That's why I was getting meta. It's the totality of them, because I need an oil change. Like there's a lot of little small things that I just choose to not think about.
Yeah.
So just that idea in general of having to like find one of those and kind of make a pain point out of it. Like not the whole totality of it being the pain point, but finding a pain point is my pain point.
Yeah. Okay. Who would like to reflect Carl back?
I don't know if that's a really easy one or a really hard one.
Well, it doesn't quite land in the heart place, but we'll see what we get here.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and Sash.
All right. So what I heard was that you are struggling to find pain points because of that blind spot. And when you do recognize it, it's kind of stowed away until, or if it becomes a real problem, you find that troubling because you just let it kind of sit there and risk making it worse. So
yeah, that's
so the pain
pretty
point
good
becomes
description.
The pain point is letting pain points like happen when they
pile up to a degree.
Okay, did I get that right?
Yeah. I think you kind of made what I was trying to get across a lot more succinct, and definitely feel like you got what I was trying to get across there. So yeah. Good reflection. IMO.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Sash. All right, so Scott or Sash, who would like to go next? We're going to go in a circle here. Pain points. Scott's like, oh no, now I have to.
In order to point, I had to remove my.
He's like pain pointing.
I'm offering if Sash you'd like to go first, but I also don't mind if you'd like to hold.
I think I'll do mine. Okay, my pain point. I think it's recent. It's been a very slow week, but I think it's for the reason that it does feel slow. With me finally just having more free time, as I've kind of had a shift in lifestyle, I have had a lot more time to engage in just kind of the stuff that I didn't beforehand, and I've realized that I am in a very small intersection of like hobbies and fandoms, and it feels isolating, like being like the one guy that has this little interest that is not of a concern to many other peers. So I just am feel a little alone, and I kind of want to make that bridge a real thing,
Mm.
but I'm still trying to figure out how to do it.
And do you want to name what that little thing is, or you want to keep it anonymous?
No, I'll share it. I've been getting back into. It's a script called Shavian. It's an alternative alphabet for English. It was made in 1950 and proposed by playwright Bernard Shaw.
I've heard of this.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
Yeah, I
remember
saw it
the
mentioned and then read a Wikipedia page. That was about as far as I went. So
remember the path,
Yeah.
Carl. We don't run to the relation to it, but I appreciate all the
yeah,
sounds here.
no,
We
I'm
might
not
have a
doing
big
the
fan group.
reflecting. That was
Okay.
just a.
I know. Okay, who would like to reflect Sash back?
I'll do the
Go for it.
reflection.
Okay.
Yeah, I really heard that there's when you have like a niche interest, it's sometimes difficult to find people to share the interest and the passions for that. So there's feelings of kind of like isolation and maybe even though you didn't say it, maybe I heard even a little bit of disappointment, that can come with having an interest where it's hard to get into a circle that can really share that interest and passion with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. So I guess I'm next in line. I won't keep you all on the edge of your seats, and I'll pick one here. Just my pain point. My pain point is breaking things down for people so they can feel like they can engage in supporting bridge makers in a way that doesn't make more work for me and for the other leaders. I know what it's like to be on the other side of that and feeling anxious and feeling like I want to get it right, but I don't know enough to feel like I'm going to. So I feel a lot of empathy for that other side also, but I get a lot of advice on building community, and then I get a lot of complaints about both other people's communities and bridge makers, uh, and and then more advice after that. But it's what are the perfect right bite-sized pieces to help people feel like they can help us and be bridge makers in addition to bridge walkers or bridge supporters or bridge like egg throwers, all the varieties. That's my main point is trying to find the mythical perfect words to say, I need help and not make people like I got a 15-minute voicemail yesterday from somebody that I care about a lot and they just are really maxed out in their life. So when I reached out to them to invite them to one of our events that I knew they usually enjoyed coming to, they took that as me pulling on them in a way that they felt like was burdensome. So they vented for about 10 minutes, sandwiched in between the beginning and the end, on how I just can't pull on people like that because I'm going to break them. And, they were very, very intense. And I was like, yeah, this is the voice, this is the archetype. This is what happens is I become the kind of lightning rod for people's stress shift. And then I just will like be like, hey, and they'll be like, why are you looking at me? And I'm like, oh my God, okay, got it.
Hmm.
So yeah, my pain point is uh, trying to find a way to be welcoming and also offer people the pieces they want to contribute to grow with us, but it is so hard to chisel these things into the ways where people feel like they can step up and help most of the time. Never the right size, it seems, most of the time. So that's my pain point. Would anybody like to try to reflect that back?
I could give it a try.
Okay.
So, from what I understand, you are going through this experience where you're asking to see if people can step up and trying to nudge them without trying to sound like I don't have to use the wrong word, but you're trying not to ask to just say out loud you need help, but you want to encourage people to step up and try to contribute in their own way and to not be the one who is, having to do everything. And that is, it sounds very frustrating. And you also received a very long-winded voice recording of someone who took their stress out on you after you asked if they could come and participate, which led to a mistaken, why are you asking me to do more when my life is already strung out, which is unfortunate. And it sounds like there's this stress of like running bridge makers and feeling like you're the only one doing anything, and you want to have other people to help come and, take on those roles of leadership and taking more action steps that will take more off your plate.
Yeah. Thank you, Phil.
That's
You
what
got it. Yeah. Thank you. It's nice to be heard. Crypto's here. Yay.
Hello.
Does anybody want to go grab Crypto? Scott's
Get my
going. Thank you,
controllers.
Scott.
I can see them in my mirror too, just down there. Whoop, they're going.
Okay. All right, Fro, your turn.
Yeah. So my pain point is still kind of lingering from last week, and it mostly involves this realization that in my personal art projects, I continue to attach my entity or myself, my identity, to the outcome of the artwork and put all this pressure on everything has to be good and perfect and, really, really amazing and, show stopping. And I'm struggling to realize the truth that art is more about enjoying the process and doing the actual creating. And I'm sitting down realizing that I'm creating, but all I can think about is what am I going to end up? What are people's reactions going to? And understanding that that's not healthy, but having trouble like finding joy in the process of creating art. So I'm trying to I guess my pain point is like I'm struggling with this like identity crisis and this feeling of motivation not kind of rising like I'd like it to. I feel like I'm not enjoying what I'm creating. And I feel like I'm wasting time as I choose to not face the pain and just go and play games, go watch YouTube. Man, I've been very distracted this week. And it's every day I go to bed thinking, I didn't do anything today. I didn't get farther on that project. You know, it was like yesterday I made a little bit of progress, but it was very little. So yeah, to keep it short, that's I think my major pain point right now.
Thank you. Who would like to try reflecting Frofidor back?
I saw some emojis over there, but I see your hand from
Yep.
CO2. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Theo. Hey, Crypto. Welcome. Oh, another cute tiny avatar. You're just full of them today. Wow. All right, go ahead, Theo.
So what I heard is you're. It sounds like you're having a lot of trouble with like the space of your identity and the time investments of the things you enjoy and trying to put into fullness with your identity to be a part of that process that you want to hold your image, but it's also that process really does drain you. And how trying to find the joy in that again, and trying to center yourself, center your space, and centering your time, but getting kind of drained in the process of trying to just be complacent or be assured in the things you're connected to that help you feel alleviated. Did I get that?
Yeah, mostly. And I think recognizing that I'm performing these unhealthy patterns and that I should change because if I don't, things aren't going to work out. But yes, thank you. Pretty accurate.
Thank you, bro. Okay, Theo, what's your pain point?
My pain point is my pain point is my my kindness and patience, I feel like, is the root of what tends to really drain me in the spaces that I am connected to with people who are either either a benefit, a side benefit of the things that we're connected to, or just what we realize, um, or what I realize in interactions with them is just who they are, and that I'm trying to change them through my kindness and patience because I feel since I was able to do that, it can help me help others, but I keep falling into that fallacy and into my own habits to really drain and disorient myself a lot of the times.
Okay. Would somebody like to try reflecting Theo back?
I can have a go at it.
Go for it, Cad.
I'll try my best. Because I have ADHD. So your pain point is that you're feeling that your kindness and patience is draining you with others in the situation when you're socializing with them and you find that their personalities you have to fix, if I'm getting that right. And because of it, it's draining.
Okay. Yeah. Did that reflect you back, Theo?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Cad. Okay, Gubsy, your turn. What's your pain point?
Okay, there's a well, sorry, I'm a little like overwhelmed and just kind of sitting with everything and just kind of like juggling a bunch of stuff in my head. But for me, that was like one of the other pain points that just came up was just kind of realizing I'm having a hard time kind of trying to reflect back and trying to have that dialogue and build that dialogue with others and
Mm,
clarify things. I'm noticing that, but that wasn't really my major pain point. The
mm,
main one really is I've been having a hard time because I have a community now and it's in my local area. Um, and I've been having a very hard time trying to keep make people feel integrated. And I've tried to been inspired by bridge makers and a lot of other influences to do the best that I can. And um, I had a very bad day the other day, and it kind of just spoiled over into a server, and people didn't feel really welcome, and lost a couple people. Um, so it's making me remember having this conversation about um, reflective listening is helpful of that as like a reminder. But and my other minor pain point for me is being able to like plan things with like events and stuff with others. So to put it all together, it's really, trying to be coherent and trying to make people feel included into things. And with that inclusion, planning together things is basically my pain point. If I
mm,
could put it all together into one thing.
mhm. Wow. Yeah. So who would like to reflect Gubsy back? Who hasn't gone and
I,
reflected?
I think if we're doing the math, Hager, you might have to reflect this
Am I
one
the
as
one? Huh? Did
somebody doubles up.
Carl, did you reflect already?
He did, yep.
No,
Oh, you
No,
you
I
did
didn't
it?
reflect.
okay.
I thought,
Nope.
oh, never mind.
Oh,
So,
so you
Oh,
could also volunteer here.
Yeah.
Carl went first, that's why I got confused.
Would you like to do
yeah,
it,
yeah.
Carl, or would you like me to?
I can, but as I've been listening to everybody, I've been kind of struggling to, not, my brain jumps right to like advice and you should, and, so it's
Yeah.
like
My brain does the same
often when
thing.
I'm even trying to recall what somebody said, like I'm thinking of like
Mm-hmm.
what they made me think of rather than their story they
Right.
told me, and
Yeah.
it's
Good
kind of
awareness.
annoying to be aware of more and more.
Yeah. There's your pain point, Carl. Um. So
That's kind
Gubsy,
of my pain point too.
oh,
Yeah.
I hear. I'm gonna reflect you back. I hear
Okay.
that you had a moment in your server that you started or been leading in, where you spilled over in your frustration and your upsetness,
Yeah.
and it caused some kind of fracture, some rupture. People left,
Yeah.
and you are struggling with how to include people so that they feel shared ownership and they want to co-create events with you and experiences, and then also not exclude people from the emotions, the hard moments you're having.
Yeah.
Did I get
Yeah.
that?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your pinpoint.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Cad, your turn. What's your pinpoint?
Mm. I recently unfriended someone that I was really, really good friends with for the past 3 years, and
Aw.
I've known them through two of their exes, and I I know them enough to know not to like correct them or to, I guess, offer unsolicited advice,
Mm.
but it's really hard to communicate to someone who you feel like they're shutting you down or cutting you off. And I used to be like in the beginning of the year, we used to talk a lot. We used to do DMs. They used to invite me to world hops. And looking back, I kind of think maybe I was being a bit one-sided in the friendship and not inviting them to places. But everything's been due to like work and not being able to be in VR before them, or I guess not being able to offer them invites to things at, say, during the middle of the day and planning things. But last June, it sort of just stopped. It we actually had an Orlando trip that was planned, and they sort of it just sort of fell apart. I had asked for like dates. Hey, when you want to like do this, and asked 3 times, and eventually communication just stopped. And they went and they actually went later, like 3 months later, decided to make an anime watch group. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll do this, and then it eventually became a server. And yeah, it was nice being in the group, but communications just sort of stopped. Invites sort of just stopped. It wasn't like, oh, we're not doing things together anymore. So we're, or at least it became more of a server, I guess. The friendship sort of diluted,
Mm.
and it felt like being pushed out. So
Mm.
I left the server, and then eventually I unfriended them.
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oof. Thank you, Cad. That's a real story. Who would like to try
Yeah.
reflecting Cad back?
So I guess I can reflect Cad. And
Oh, yeah.
Gubsy
I
can
haven't
go
really
too.
gotten a chance to do any reflecting.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get
Yeah.
this right. Do kind of want to be, have some that awareness that like I'm not gonna say like I had some experience recently. I'm not gonna get into it. This is about you. But it sounds like to me that you've developed this really meaningful and impactful relationship with this person until it just kind of slowly and slowly just diluted and started feeling, I don't know if meaningless would be the right word to describe it as, but it just felt like further alienating, getting more and more distance over time to the point where it's just, what's the point in continuing it anymore? And that's, yeah, that sounds very painful.
Mm.
Would you say that's kind of correct? Or
I'd say it exactly,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Gupsy. Yeah. The word that I didn't hear you say out loud, but Gubsy really landed at is that you're grieving. You're grieving the
Yeah.
loss of you're grieving the emptiness that grew. And there's no closure. Yeah. Thanks for telling the truth. And that's an ache for sure. Scott, what's your pain point?
Yeah, very powerful shares tonight. It's
Mm.
very grounding to hear. I appreciate the space. Mine is I don't really know what it is, but I have like a cyclical depression.
Mm.
It like I don't know what page to flip to in the DSM, but it's something, and it's kind of like somebody comes and puts like a pair of shades on you that just makes everything gray. And when you're in it, you can't quite like remember what it feels like to not be here.
Wow.
You just have this like shadow of a memory
Mm-hmm.
that things could be different.
Yeah.
And when you're out of it, you don't like remember really what it was like to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like two selves. And
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the community, it can be hard because it's like weekly events, and
Mm.
when this happens, there's like a voice that's like, you you can't bring this,
Mm.
around
Mm.
to other people. And I'm trying to well, maybe not ignore it, like I'm just working through it. And the creativity of the world building and the events
Mm.
is part of what helps me not stay here.
Mm.
But sometimes it's like really overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever want to not do it. Like if I was in the emergency room, I'd be like, fireflies tonight, can you get these stitches done? Because it's a big part of the process. But I think maybe the uncertainty and the doubt that can come from doing events is sometimes really overpowering.
Mm. Yeah. Wow. Oof. Thank you, Scott.
All right.
Wow.
Well, give me the challenging reflection, but I will say that I definitely hear like a ton of pain, but there's like I feel, you're describing this like recurring malaise, this depression that, like, on one hand you're, trying to stick to your routine and the things that you enjoy, and you know you at one time felt good to do, so you're hoping they bring you that again. And then at the same time you have that, like, this self-critique, that whole thing it's wrapped up in, where you feel like, how can you do this thing that, while you're constantly, tearing it and yourself down, I'm sure, being in that state. So but also, in a way, I do hear like the like hope in your voice as well, of like, it's like the cyclical thing that you've been through before. So I do hear you kind of fighting it, which
Yeah.
even that kind of feels a little too aggressive. It's like an acceptance, a kind of working through it, I think, is how you put it.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Carl. And I'm gonna add something there to that, Scott. Thank you for bringing your pain here, and I want you to know your pain is welcome here. This is important. I'm proud of you for coming. Yeah, yeah. It's an honor to have your tenderness and your doubt. That's part of you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Mm-hmm.
you for holding the space for it.
Of course. Yeah, this is what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely landed our circle. We have the stories of the person we lost, of the people we lose, of the people we don't get to meet because we don't know how to shine our light. So they come and we find each other. And underneath all that is this place inside that sometimes just feels like it can't see anymore and it can't feel hope anymore and it can't convince ourselves to just try one more time. And that can be the biggest mountain to climb and bring with us to these moments. To say, I don't know how to not feel pain right now. And it's just like that. It's that simple. And to believe that we can hold that with you. And that's faith. Thank you for having faith.
Yeah, that's a really good word to place with it too. Is to try.
Yeah.
That word like keeps coming back to me in a lot of different forms, and I think that there's a virtue in just keep trying, even when
Mm-hmm.
your whole self is kind of rebelling against the idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Grateful for everybody who's been emojiing and sharing. We did something last week that I'm curious about trying again today, but let me check our time because we've been not getting our world hop time in. So I'm just going to invite that if we imagined this forest was a magical forest and each of the trees around us was planted by somebody else in some dimension who came here with a pain point and realized that this sharp or dull or heavy or intense thing in their hands that they brought to a circle was actually a seed that was going to grow another tree in this forest. And if you haven't noticed, this is a magical forest. There are creatures wandering all around. And over an hour into this, a black bunny just ran past behind Gubsy and ran away just a few minutes ago. And I was like, that's a long loop to be here for almost an hour and a half before one bunny
I think
made
I
it
got
to our
disabled.
circle.
I didn't see that.
I think I
So,
might have turned off too many check
oh,
boxes.
yeah, it was wild. I was like,
I
what?
think
I feel
I
like
think
I'm
the
in the
animals
real
are on a
woods.
Yeah.
So,
I think they actually just use random
oh, okay,
directions. They
that
don't have
could
a path.
be. But it really was quite amazing to see a shadow bunny running
Hmm.
around. I feel like I'm in a dream.
You can see
So
them in the
imagine,
far distance.
yeah, and I see different animals down there. But imagining that your seed was going to give birth to a tree here, and the way to plant that seed in the ground is to give that seed one word. One word is going to wake it up and build it into a tree. And so this is an exercise of letting this ache inside of us transform and become something else. And it might be a word that surprises you that comes to mind that maybe nobody's going to understand, including you, for a while. But really giving yourself the chance to just boil it down to one word and imagine planting.
You have no idea how hard my brow is furrowed right now.
I believe you.
Like
I believe you. But I'm going to ask you to try. I'm going to ask you to
I
try.
got nothing.
It
I mean,
can,
I'm like you said, I'm sure I can come up with a word, but just
your word might be nothing, Carl.
mm,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
just
know.
let
Like
yourself
the word nothing or no
the word
answer?
nothing. Yeah, the word
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
So this
No
doesn't have to
thing.
be the word that represents it. You just let your mind bring you a word, any kind of word. It could be the word of something totally random, but it will still matter to you going forward. And if you don't want to do this part, that's okay too. But who's ready with a word? Who already knows? And you can plant it in the middle. Okay, Gubsy's got a word. What's your word, Gubsy, that's going to become a tree in this forest?
My word is creation.
Creation. Thank you for your word. We can all imagine that Gubsy's word just went in the soil there and it's a little bump. And next time we come here,
Oh,
Profidor's word
It's
is
crashed.
exit or crash. Yes. Okay. So who else has a word? We're making a little new forest here today. All right, Theo, what's your word? try again. It was cut out there.
I crashed. I'm back.
So my word was remember.
Remember. Okay.
Mm.
And so as we get these little tree seeds in the middle, let's try echoing them back. So what did we already hear? What are the other words? We heard
Creation.
creation.
Remember.
And
Creation, remember.
Creation, remember. Okay, this is going to be a little chain link exercise here.
Mm.
All right, who else has a word?
I have two
Oh,
words.
sorry, I thought I was
I'll pick
muted.
one.
You gotta pick one. I'm gonna be the
Okay.
mean admin here. All right. Oh, Scott, are you raising a hand? Okay, you're very white, so I can see.
I think the
your
forest
neck.
needs a. Oh, is it blending?
Yes, yes.
I have to throw it out this
Yeah,
way.
be like,
Me.
hail a taxi. Yes, yes. There you go.
I think our forest needs a closure tree.
Okay, so let's
That's a
repeat
good
those
one.
back. We've got creation,
Creation,
remember,
remember,
closure.
And closure.
and closure.
They're like the three sisters. Wow. All right. So who else has a word?
I have
Okay, Sash.
That's I'm gonna keep on the theme with words starting with C. It's kutch.
Kutch.
It's a Welsh word meaning like a hidey place or cubby hole. It's supposed to represent like a small space that's warm and safe.
Okay. So we're gonna repeat those back. So the first word was
Creation,
creation, and then remember,
remember,
closure,
closure,
and kutch.
Kutch.
All right.
kutch.
That's
We've
a
got
fun
all
word to
kinds of,
say.
I know, cozy words. What else?
I see a nose being raised.
A nose? Oh, yes. Yes, you there.
Right as I did that
Blue
too, my
nose.
cat started meowing behind me. He's just there though. I thought he was trapped somewhere. My word is I started trying to think of C words, but I'm going to stick with what I was going with. Enough.
Enough. There you go. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's try again. So we got
Creation,
remember,
Closure.
closure,
kutch, enough.
Enough.
Wow, okay. Yeah. All right, Cad's got his word. Let's go, Cad.
Captivate.
Captivate.
captivate,
Oh, this is turning
C
into a
word.
C game. All right, so we got,
That is a good one.
what do we got?
Creation.
Remember,
closure,
Kutch.
Enough.
Enough.
And captivate.
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 Nice. This is great. We're doing it, everyone. Teamwork. All right. What else? What else is our word?
I can't think of a C word, but I'm going to say forgiveness. Or forgive.
Forgive. Okay. Forgive is the next
creation,
creation. Remember.
Remember.
Closure.
Kutch. Enough. Captivate.
Captivate. And
I have enough
forgive.
fingerboard.
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
Well done.
I already
well
forgot.
done. You're
Yeah, I'm
getting
not
it.
good at that
We're
game.
gonna
We're doing this as a
practice.
group.
It's okay. We're doing it together. This is called the group mind. We're getting it going. All right. Who else? Who else hasn't done a word? Is it me?
I think we need a hey word.
Oh, hey word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My word.
Mm-hmm.
My word. Fracture.
Creation,
Remember.
Closure.
Kutch.
Enough.
Captivate.
Captivate.
Forgive.
Forgive.
forgive,
Fracture.
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 Yeah. Do you have any other words? You go, Scott?
I did,
Yeah.
but I can offer egets.
No more
Yeah.
words. No more words. Did we get
No
everybody?
words.
Is that all
I
of
think
us?
we got everybody. I'm pretty
I
sure.
think that is everyone. Yeah.
That is our spell of the forest that we've just released here today. And we can come back someday and see what trees grew. It'll be interesting. See what kind of creatures live in those trees, what kind of ecosystems grow off of that little spot. Thank you for doing this circle every week. It's a rhythm. And so whether you're here or not next week, whether you RSVP and are here or not next week, think about this time of the week as a time for you to release something and let it turn into something different. That's the practice. And sometimes community building is about letting something be outside of us and see what builds from that. And getting witness. Witness is so powerful. We do it so rarely. We're always in reaction mode. So thank you for practicing witness today, not just for yourself, but in a circle. The power of the circle is much bigger than we realize many times. So, the next part of our evening, we've got a half hour left, so we'll world hop for maybe 15, 20 minutes here, and then we'll do our checkout circle, is where we look at the environments around us and we ask the question, how does this world, so right now we looked inside and we said, how does this swirl inside me make or break community? That was the exercise. How are we making or breaking community from the inside out? So the second part of our Friday night check-in is, how does the environment around me make or break community? And this isn't about our heads analyzing what people did right or wrong. This is about our emotions, our bodies, our feelings, and seeing, what does this space evoke in me? And what kind of community would grow here naturally if I hadn't brought you all here, or technically whoever dropped the portal brought us all here. Thank you for that. How does this world make or break community? How does the pathway? How does the different features of the world, but also how does the world creator? What kind of creations were they building for? Who did they think was going to come here? And so we'll start here just for a minute or two to just feel our bodies, feel our emotions. What's it like to be in this forest? And we'll just take a couple comments and then we will go to the next world to ask that question again. So what do you notice in your bodies?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Could we maybe take a closer look at maybe the spawn to see maybe the intentions of the creator for what you would appear in the world?
Yeah.
This corner feels like only a very tiny offshoot of what the creator wants you to see.
Yeah.
So I think if we see the house and the lake, that might better reflect what this world is trying to convey.
That's
our coach.
A kuch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I hate to leave before the checkout, but my wife has yelled at teenage boys a couple times about cleaning up, and we're in a new house, and I'm going to go back her up because I guarantee they aren't doing it.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl.
So I don't
Thanks
help
for
her.
letting us know.
Suck.
Yeah. Take care of you and your community. We'll see you
Yes, he
soon.
is.
Bye, Carl.
Right.
Spell that word, by the way.
What word?
Kuch?
Kuch?
Yeah.
Oh, the word? Yeah. It was it's one of the very few English words that don't have any vowels.
How's it? So wait, what? You can't spell it?
The U sound is from a W.
Oh.
It's I think it's originally Welsh.
So CWCH?
Okay.
CWTCH.
Yeah. and let's stay with the world.
But
We're gonna respawn right
back
now.
on track.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so yeah, here we are. We have a tiny little lake. Wow, look at the storks. They're so huge. Are those
Oh, that's my
swans?
problem. Wildlife fish.
Mm,
Turn that off.
go check
Oh,
the
yeah.
swans out.
Oh,
I picked the perfect avatar
wow.
for this world. I didn't even think about that.
I like the detail in the water. Like you can see it foaming on the edges here.
There's little secrets under here.
Big swan. Hello, swan. Yeah, you look so much more detailed.
Pretty fish.
There's a little fish. Hmm.
So are we just swimming now?
I guess so. Yeah, we're just looking at what the realness
I'm
is
actually
of
more
it.
enamored by what is up and not what is under the water.
Yeah.
Because when I look up,
Mm-hmm.
the forest looks so much bigger.
I
And
think
Yeah.
they
it
picked a
feels
really
so
interesting
overwhelming.
skybox.
Yeah, the
It feels
skybox
realistic.
really makes it feel all encompassing. And then when you're down here, it's just, you're kind of in one place.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I do really like this world because it really feels like a forest I've actually been in before
Same
when I've
here.
gone for hikes.
Yeah.
It somehow nails its realism better than any other world I've seen, especially with
agree.
all the
Yeah.
graphics turned up.
Yeah.
And man, even swimming in this lake honestly feels like a lake I've swum in,
Right.
swam in before.
Exactly.
I'm
It's
feeling like a strange what's that
nostalgia
sensation? Phantom
or
sense?
yeah.
Like I
Yes.
feel phantom wet.
Right. You're gonna get dry off. Where's your towel?
I'm like, yeah, I'm treading water at the surface, and it's like
It is
I can feel how cold.
really interesting, that liquid. Yeah, it does feel cold too. Huh.
It does feel good enough.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Oh
We
my
got
god, why
any-
did I turn off the swimming feature?
Love the
Holy,
reefs
the
and
detail on the
rocks
water.
on the
The
ground.
detail on the water is unbelievable. Like,
the logs are really realistic. I really like.
Would
Wait,
I
there's
be
it's an actual lake
anticlimactic?
that's swimmed in.
Would I be
Yeah, we were just
anticlimactic
swimming there,
if
but
Oh, okay.
I like the
Oh,
details
you can
of
turn it
the
off.
stumps and
You
the
might have had it
logs.
on.
I think it did. You can
would I be
fish.
anticlimactic if I said that this is the fourth world that I've seen this forest in?
No. And yet, whoever
Don't tell me
designed
except
that,
asset. No,
it
don't say that.
worked, right? It worked. So yeah, there's obviously like a feeling of wanting to give us not just the chance to touch grass, but almost be touched by the forest itself. It is remarkable to me that there are creatures running around and that they went through the trouble of building that part or adding it.
I think it's an NPC system. They just
Yeah.
kind of pick random points and then just travel randomly. But very cool.
It is really cool. I haven't seen a world like this in VRChat that is quite this wild feeling. And then even having the picnic over here. It's very much
Is there
like
reflections? Oh, there are reflections.
there's a mouse
Water.
on the
Little
table.
puddles of water.
Sushi mouse.
I was trying to. Hey, I was trying to cook something for you.
Oh, did
is
you?
integrated
Yeah, that's
into
what
the
they all
bench.
say.
I'm a mouse who giveth, not taketh.
Giveth and taketh.
Yum.
Yeah, so interactables on the table. It really does feel like a friend
Tables,
hangout
everything.
spot, wanting to bring people to a place that brought.
They got veggie burgers.
Oh, exactly. Is this meat
Oh,
only?
they got melon. Oh. I think this is melon and mushrooms. I'll eat these.
Wow.
Give me those.
A couple of them hit the ground. But
I mean, even looking at
5 second rule.
5 second rule.
the soda having the bubbles rising, right? Like there's something very alive that was intended in this creation. And there's a care in the detail of how we experience it. The fire going, the fact that this world is quest friendly and quite low, I think, as far as load. Well, 227, but it's not as bad as some, right? So there's a lot of care that was put into this world. So I'm guessing the
Absolutely.
community that it makes is people that have been around interactable VR for a while and are going to want to stick around and really enjoy. I got to get some pictures of everybody eating here. That's awesome. It's Bridge Maker's Picnic.
The Mad Hatter.
Enjoying yourself some
So
This
good.
world's
the Mad
people who
nice
want
cup
to
of
pray
tea.
for mirror dwelling and
I
more
do have a
nature
mouth.
dwelling.
Ooh, listen to that. This is for people who want to nature dwell instead of mirror dwell. This is Fro
Absolutely.
trying to engage with his metallic self in tea consumption.
I'm trying to be a human.
A
human. I'm a human. I don't have nerve endings.
Oh, and the food
Even though they're all
resets.
connected.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So,
Have some
I'm
crumpets.
noticing emotion-wise that I just have some gratitude to this world creator for bringing enough honey and interactable fun that we're all dwelling together. We're all finding ways to have chemistry and play just around a little role play table. It's probably the most interactable picnic table I've ever seen in here that just feels like feast, but not too formal, so we can just eat whatever. Cad's going the full tea tilt. I love it. Cad's
And
like,
then
all
Scott's
right.
just putting every single meat on the grill. It's all
The
for
mouse
him.
is
For the
cooking.
barbecue.
We need a little chef, chef
Ooh.
mouse Scott. Chef
What are they playing?
Ratatouille, Mouseatouille, or Mewatouille. This is the Mewatouille. That's right. So
I mixed soda
Yeah.
and tea
Did
together.
you really? Did it work?
Yeah, it does.
Whoa.
It'll blend a
Oh my
little bit.
gosh, look at that. Wow. And even when you when you pour the bottle, the cap goes off as you pour. That's really interesting. Wow.
Turned black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
so
is
put
the
some milk in
craziest
here.
combo.
This is
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like some
Manhattan.
chemistry.
Oh, the drink
Look at
turned
this.
black.
I think
It's
we got some
changing
milk
colors.
stuff. Wow.
It's green now.
Oh, it's like
My favorite.
He's making quick.
lovely,
Oh.
lovely. So, who is this world not good for? Who would this world be harmful to as far as community goes?
Gosh, that's hard to think about. It's really nice.
I mean, it's so vast. It can be hard to find people if you don't have any like system to find
There's that.
people.
Yeah.
So you can
Good
get
point.
lost.
Yeah. And I would say, I know this wasn't intended this way, but I would say that those light pieces from the sun were hurting my eyes, actually. And I know
Yeah, it's a good
people
thing
in
it's an option.
VR. It is, but it should be turned off. I actually know people in VR that could have seizures from just that brief exposure that I had. When I have a sensitivity there, I know that it's pretty close to what might cause it for others. So that's just something that we all get to be aware of. Is if we are scouting or inviting people to spaces like this, if there's light flickering, just giving people big warnings about that, because that can be really harmful accidentally. And you wouldn't think that, a sunbeam in here from the moment you spawn in could really hurt somebody, but whatever that shader is definitely not good. So I would say by default, if you ever do world creation, try to make sure the flashing lights are not turned on as the default, or there's a really clear warning and a lack of those when you come in, so people can choose before they keep going. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to save this world, which means I have to pick another world off my list, but it's really a pretty amazing space. And
Carl's back.
hey, Carl returned.
go.
Are they cleaning
Hey
again?
there.
Yeah. Yeah, they were mostly done, and they were trying to make food, so I took his chili. He can have chili when he's done cleaning. It's my chili now.
Nice.
Oh,
There
okay,
you
good,
go.
because we already ate everything here.
The
I'm making
You can mix
weird
the drinks in the teacup too.
Ratatouille is still growing a little bit of food, but yeah, I'm glad you have your own supplemental
A little bit of
lunch
this
there.
bean soda.
So is everybody here in PC or PCVR?
Yep.
Or do we have any questies?
No, I can tell everyone. No one's in Android. If it doesn't
PC,
say they're in PC.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wow.
So there's some new spots. We only have 15 minutes, but I want to take us to one new spot because I haven't gotten to explore it at all. But this is a really intense world builder that just released this world this last week, and it's kind of an ironic space to go and say, how does this make community? But it is also important to recognize that like this is a very popular world and there's community in there all the time. So let's check this out. And it might be a big load, so let me check before.
Oh, is this the one I wanted to explore?
Probably.
Maybe.
It's a recent
I'm
one.
going in.
Okay, go in. I'm reloading.
It's not horrible.
Veil Dark.
Oh, how do you preload? I never heard of that.
You basically click on the world with your menu open, and then you can see a preload option underneath. So it just loads it slowly.
Oh, thanks for showing me that. I love these little things that I just didn't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hop in. Here we go.
Everyone will get it as they come in.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful.
Whoa.
Very clear, obscure.
Better frame rate than last
Grandiose.
It reminds me of that Expedition 33. Clear obscure.
That's clear obscure.
That's what I was thinking of.
These paintings in the ground are very similar.
Feels cold.
Feels cold.
Was like a ship over there.
Yeah.
This is the same creators that Otherworld we looked at, I think.
Yeah,
at the ghost flags.
Mm-hmm. But he rarely drops new worlds that are public. This is actually pretty rare. I can't remember the last time I saw one he released. He has a lot of
jellyfish up there.
unpublished worlds, but or
That's really
unpublic.
interesting.
But every once in a while he'll let one go to the rest of the world, and then people are all over that. He's got a lot of fans. Wow.
This is
Here we go.
An amazingly well-crafted environment.
Yeah, this creator is quite gifted. Wow.
All right. Is there going to be a woman that's going to tell me my fortune?
Come near, come near. Would you like to sip some of your fortune in this pot?
It's in here. My fortune's is in here.
You have to
it looks a little hot though.
Before you can get to the bottom of it. And I can read
Oh, it's a kickstand. The whole soup.
Stew leaves.
What if I accidentally swallow the fortune?
Well, then that will be your fortune.
Here's some rumbling.
Oh, look at Carl getting cozy
opening it
right
at
now.
first.
I'm finishing my chili.
It's quite a picture, Carl. I think that's a moment. I'm grabbing that.
I can imagine going on this big journey, coming from just like that climactic opening, coming in here and Carl's ear looking like this, saying, "I'm just finishing my chili." That's quite the juxtaposition.
That is. Actually, I think this is actually a good place for us to oh wow, that's an actual bed.
There's something weird about this mirror on the bed though.
There's a
Put a
mirror.
mirror
Okay,
on
this
the
one.
bed. Oh,
This
No,
one works,
don't put
but
a
the other
mirror.
one doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, the button.
Scratching up my neck. I need to look at a mirror.
in
But this
the
one works right
creepy
here.
bed.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
creepy.
here we
I
are.
can't see
hold on.
myself in it.
So, what kind of community does this world make?
I think it brings
Moody
melancholy
ones.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Moody.
that's a good word.
Old community.
Old
think-
community.
It's
Yeah.
old people.
Some
Maybe
maybe
old
not so
soul.
literally.
Old soul community.
I think
Oh,
it's like
A
it's like
familiar
dark
community, so
fantasy.
like
Hmm. Yeah, familiars. What did you say, Fro?
Like a dark fantasy. It's
Dark
gloomy
academia.
and fantastical at the same time. It's like these
Mhm.
things that, would cause awe, but it's also like drapes and like a cloudy, murky water that'll swallow you up, and everything's kind of collapsed. There's broken structures. It's falling apart, but it's done in a very aesthetically pleasing way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look at the angel behind.
Is there an angel back there?
I would say
Wow. Gargoyle.
also
Oh, angel
storytelling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there
visual
we go.
storytelling.
Yeah. We're getting
Beautiful
deeper.
decay. That's
Yeah, it's
good
what Furphy
story.
was saying. Made me
It's
think.
got storytelling imbued into it.
That is actually cool.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
also reminds me of the cave from what was that movie with Robert Williams from
Oh,
Dead Poet Society?
poets, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Just
Robin
that was scaring the
Williams.
crap out of me.
Yeah, that there's a way of kind of like circling up and finding what's left to say when everything else is erased. What
Pretty
is
sure
our
isn't it like a
fire
Dark
here?
Souls place?
Oh, I'm
Could be.
absolutely sure Elden Ring and Dark Souls assets were
Or
used
Elden
to make.
Ring
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
that's an Elden Ring asset
Mhm.
over there. I can see that one.
Is
Mm.
Is
it?
that not?
It's you see the
How do you
grid of
feel being here,
recipes.
Scott? What is it
Oh, I
like to
can't
be in
There's
this
a
space?
trance.
The word for me is foreboding.
I'm sorry.
Foreboding.
You're
Yeah.
good. Actually,
Yeah.
the
Like,
symbol in the sky.
it's compelling, but also there's like
Very
a sort of unease.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely recognized the environmental stirring happening, which kind of spells a storm that may be coming or may be left, but where did
Maybe
everyone
it's already
go?
here.
Maybe it's coming, yeah. So
It's
yeah.
already here.
Or it's
Like
here.
because in a hurricane, being in the eye of the hurricane, you don't know you're in the hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the something they were trying to prevent like has happened.
Oh, that's a really good way to put it. Yeah. And so what we're going to do here, if everyone can stomach it, if it feels too intense, we can go to a different world, but this is going to be what we call the appreciation game, which is where we will acknowledge that something somebody said here grew us, even if we don't get to pick the person we might normally pick. That we're going to close the circle by acknowledging everyone present. So we throw this invisible ball resting on this pillow. Sometimes people turn it into emojis, but the invitation of this exercise is not about flattery or compliments. It's about a closing acknowledgement. Oh yeah, on top of the cutting board or flat piece of bread. There we go.
Unfortunately, you can't throw
You can't
it.
throw it. Yeah.
It just sort of floats.
It's a flat ball in this world.
Frisbee physics.
Okay, it's like a frisbee bread. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So so we basically the two rules to this game is throw it to somebody who is least expecting it from you in that moment and will be most surprised to receive it. So we're not picking the easy people. We're picking the ones that maybe would be really surprised, and we can acknowledge them for the simplest things that we wouldn't even think of until it's our turn and we realize that person hasn't been appreciated yet. But just something that tugs our heart and tugs our sense of I'm more solid in life because of something you did or didn't do tonight. Um, and this is also sometimes when we give each other feedback, we can say, hey, something you did was hard for me, and I'm growing, and I appreciate that about you and how I'm growing myself. So the appreciation game is not, again, about positivity. It's just about being real and kind and honoring that we all grow each other no matter what. So I'm going to, oh, it's the bread or something. Let me put it here. And now it's there. So who would like to grab the ball first and try to get your body into it as a way to feedback? All right, Gubsy, go for it. Grab that ball.
Okay, I got
Oh,
a
okay.
ball
Mhm.
and I'm giving it to Scott. Scott,
Scott, catch the
I
ball.
appreciate
Woo.
I appreciate the
Yay.
vulnerability you had during the pain points uh, part of today, because I started getting some really like intense stuff happening at the same time, and it was kind of like this weird like kind of I can't entirely say clarity, but it felt something close to clarity for me, and I just kind of really needed that type of vulnerability to be
Mm,
reflected back at me, and it was
mm,
just something like really remarkable about it, and like there's some resilience in there that I
mm.
found in you and me,
Oh,
and I really appreciate that. It helped me a lot.
there you go, Scott. Lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I super appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
Of
Gubsy.
course, of course.
Mm. Okay. You got the ball,
I
Scott.
also want to take this ball and throw it to Sash.
Sash, catch the
um,
ball. Ooh, you got it.
yeah, I really enjoyed like learning the factoid that there's like alternative alphabet. I think you described,
Yeah, it's an alphabet.
and
Mm.
just kind of sharing that. I think it's a universal feeling sometimes when you really like something niche. And I mean, even trying to get like friends in VR is like that. Like you want to shout from the rooftops, like, come experience this in
Yeah,
here. And
tell it on the
people are just
mountain.
like, yeah, they're clueless. They're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And the other side of that, right? Which is it can also feel like isolating. That's um, I think that's kind of the growth part for me is when you connected it to isolation. That's a really brave area to go in. When you're talking about how that felt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yay.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to that
Mm.
and showing interest.
Mm. Yay.
All right. Let's see. I think I'll pass it to
Mm.
you, Kadium. Here you
Kadium,
go.
catch the ball. Oh, you got it. Yay.
Nice. I think the your pain point of slowly drifting apart was, in my view, a moment of reflection on my own past pain points
Mm.
and things I've grown from. And
Mm.
it's always it's motivating to see other people like
Mm.
cope or be able to like heal from something like that, or may even if not heal, but be able to admit to that pain, because it's a very hard thing to go through.
Mm.
And even if the situation is different,
Mm.
I want to say like it was helpful for me
Mm.
and likely everyone here. Thank you.
I mean, thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Let's see.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember. This is the problem with my ADHD.
It's okay.
Doesn't allow
You
me to remember a whole lot.
you can follow that. You can also send it somebody that you appreciate the sound of their voice or how they play. It doesn't have to be deep. As you practice it, you'll get deeper naturally. So, no pressure. Just try to give it to one person who hasn't been appreciated yet.
I'm going to send this to Theo.
Theo! You jump to catch. There you go. Look at that. Wow. Well done.
I really appreciated I really appreciate your character. I know you said it was you thought it was a hindrance. I really think that's really a strength. And it is something that I used to be.
Wow. Mm.
And sometimes I really think I want to go back to being that.
Wow. That's interesting. Thank you, Kat. Huh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Got you.
Pick.
What'd you say? Oh.
Got you.
Okay.
Bouncing off the fireplace.
Got it.
I always appreciate something new to think about in these spaces, and I always think about something insightful or different. But you have such a grounding perspective, sometimes too grounding, and it feels like I don't know why we do it in that way until today, where it feels like I understand more what you mean to hold containers for ourselves and others, and it makes me understand I just need to grow more consciously with my community and with people rather than being afraid of it all. I still try to work on that, but you embody that no matter what and how difficult you have that, and I really appreciate that out of you.
Thank you, Theo. Okay. Well, I am going to throw this to Rufador.
Oh.
You got it. Look at that. Rufador, I appreciate your the way you described your creative pain and that struggle with the journey. It's so interesting to hear you say that because I see you find so much joy on the journey, and it's made me feel less angry on the journey of creating to watch you create. So, it's surprising and sad to me because in my fantasy, I'm like, if I was like Profridor, I would just put some music on and be having a good old time. And then, whoops, I made another world. It would just feel like I slipped on a banana and a whole other new creation came out. And I'm like, how fun was it to fly through the air as I slipped on that banana? So, yeah, I hope you can feel the growth you are causing in me because of the joy you found on the journey, and give some of that to you.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, I'll throw mine to Carl. Um,
on his nose.
I think
There you go.
I will always appreciate your clown avatars, and this one has such a funny gimmick that like you can move the nose wherever you want, and it will look like it's sniffing or like it has a mind of its own, but it's really you grabbing it with a fist bump.
Yeah.
It's like a little detail.
And the
Mm.
visine.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
visine.
Yay. Aw.
It's very creative, so I really appreciate it.
Mm.
Well, then I think that is the only person left that, last but not least, of course, Gubsy.
You can grab
So
Carl's nose. It's stuck there, so.
I'm pretty sure it's super stretchy. You could probably get it all the way over there.
There you go. There you go. Gubsy's
Oh
ball.
no,
Okay,
that's it.
is that the
That's
maximum?
as far as
Okay.
I can go.
All right. Well, it's out there for you.
And I'll try to take you seriously I'll try to take you seriously as well. I'll do my best.
That's the eternal challenge.
No laughs, because
There's a serious
But
appreciation.
Gubsy, you're
Makers
definitely
is
one of the
heavy.
people that I see as a other side of the coin to some folks I see as more same ilk as me with the kind of more logical thinking, but other people with the more emotional, intuitive side, I'm just always in awe, and as soon as you start speaking, I'm like eager to hear your input on anything. So it's always glad to see when you are around.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm actually really glad I got to be here for once. It's been way too long, and just it's been rough. So rough week, rough couple months with some ups and downs. So I'm glad to be here and hear that. Thank you, Carl. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, you.
You're welcome.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Now you have the ball to take with you as a souvenir from today.
I guess I do.
Yeah, you started it. So let's find a spot to get our group photo and be thinking of your word for the day, whatever it is, whether it was the seeds we planted or something else. Where shall we stand or sit? Maybe out here?
There's
I
all
like
sorts
it's
of
a good balcony.
all-encompassing
Balcony.
pillar in the
Okay.
background.
True, that's true.
Wait, there's a
It's okay if I
here. Unless we want to go here.
It's okay if I take a picture too, right?
Of course, yeah. Just make sure.
Do we want to
have
fix my
the-
nose or leave it like this? I'm on desktop now, so I can't do anything about it.
Are you having some nose self-consciousness here?
Yeah, let me help you out.
You're like, somebody
there
repair
you go.
my giraffe
There we go.
nose. All right.
Fix my long nose.
This is interesting.
My tracking stuff.
Camera is being. Oh, I know what it is. It's the color. There's this little tracking color thing in here that is very easy to accidentally switch on. There we go. Okay, so what is our word for tonight? Go ahead on 3, 2, 1 and shout out the word you're coming up with, and I'll tell you what I hear. So 3, 2, 1.
Perseverance.
Whoa.
Perseverance.
I don't know why I said cheese, but I just thought of cheese. That's the easiest. That's
I
easy.
think cheese has been a word, and I appreciate that. Yes.
Mm.
Okay, so perseverance, and let's all give lots of emojis to the people who maybe will watch this or have watched this tonight. Thank them for their witness of us. And perseverance. That is our word for the night. Thank you,
And
everybody,
cheese.
for persevering. Yeah, so many good things. All right, so next event, I believe, is